Now I want to dive into your 4 internships that you did from 2018 to 2020.
Zagalos was a sort of a finance internship that I did in the summer. It was a good experience to have, but it didn't really impact where I'm at now. Stellar was my first step in the professional footballing world. I knew Patrick McCabe, the agency that represents players across the MLS. And I was able to intern with him for a month in January. Mike Boyle, again, I grew up going to the gym there and just working out. And I was coaching athletes that were older than me, physically and everything much bigger than me. They played different sports. When I was back home, I was always at Boyle's. And sometimes I just hang out. After I graduated, Mike was kind enough to connect me with someone at the Revs. They were hiring for a position, interviewed, and the rest is history. FSCR, that was the best. It was after my abroad experience in Spain. I went to London. At the time, it was the director of performance at Queen's Park Rangers. His name's Dan. I believe he was the first team sports scientist. It was Dylan. When I was in high school at Belmont Hill, he was an intern at Mike Boyle. I basically flew to London. I met with Dan and Dylan. I think it was only about like 2 weeks or so, but it was great. And FSCR, which is just the global community, I got to see some high-level footballers. My story that I always remember is on the last day of the camp. It was Monday through Friday. Eberechi, Crystal Palace's number 10. He was at QPR at the time, and he was obviously like star boy, wonder boy, the next big thing. He was supposed to be at the camp the whole week, but he only came back on Friday because he was at under 21 for England. And he by far is the best player like I've just been in the presence of. I was actually thrown into that session and I got cooked because there were Premier League ballers, and I'm like a guy Division 3, like USA. Like I had no chance. They needed a number, they threw me in. They was restricted to 1 touch, and he didn't need any touches. He was just like unbelievable. And now he's the number 10 for Crystal Palace, and he's a baller. Got his first national team call up, and he actually, there's a video, he nutmegged me in a rondo, and I have it on film.